Hi guys, and thanks for joining me for this 1000 subscriber special. It's been a long time since I started this channel, and honestly, I never thought I'd really continue doing it for this long. I have motivation problems and that kind of thing, but it's been a lot of work, a year and a half, 18 months about. I've done a lot of different things, talked to a lot of different people, made a lot of friends. Well, I think of them as friends anyway. But yeah, we're finally here, 1000 subscribers. And to celebrate, as you all know, we're going to do a little Q&A today. So I've collected all your comments and a couple of tweets that I had, and I'm going to go through them one by one, and I'll give everyone a shout out that asked the question, because without you guys and your support and your views and your comments, I probably wouldn't have lasted nearly as long as I did making videos. So before we start, big thank you to everyone who subscribed and commented on this channel's videos and liked them and disliked them, because that's still a view, so haha. But yeah, a big thank you to everyone for that. I sort of debated whether or not I wanted to do face cam for the Q&A, but a few people wanted it, and I thought it might be fun. I mean, you can all see what I look like anyway with my channel icon, but this is my face, so hope it doesn't put you off too much. And also with the whole, you guys knowing what I look like now anyway, it sort of opens up a lot more possibilities for what I can do in the future. For example, I've got some stuff together for a haircut roleplay video. I really love those videos, but a lot of them they don't go slow enough for a real hairdresser. They sort of go like snip, 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 snip. And it's like, have you ever got a haircut? Because the barber doesn't just go at you with scissors, Anyway, let's move on to some questions. So this is just going in the order that I got these questions, pretty much. Not in like alphabetical or favourite order or anything like that. So to start off, Call This a Username asks, do you plan on doing any more PC content, component related instead of games, such as a PC build? I hadn't planned on it, no. It would be very expensive to do a PC build because I already have a PC built over there, and that was very expensive to put together, but I sort of built it with future proofing in mind, so I wouldn't have to keep updating it every 6 months or anything like that. So we've got a like 16 gig RAM, i7, can't remember what the exact model is, but you can overclock the PCU anyway, CPU, wow, I clearly know what I'm talking about. GTX 980 Ti, all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't plan on doing any PC builds, just because it would be expensive and kind of wasteful to build a PC just for a video. But thank you for your question. Emma Hancock asks, congrats on your subscriber count. What is your earliest memory of experiencing ASMR? And do you have any favourite triggers? Thank you very much for the congratulations. My earliest memory of experiencing ASMR, I didn't know that it was ASMR at the time, but when I was a kid, there was this shop on one of the back streets in my hometown, and it was like a curtain fabric shop and that kind of thing. And my mother knew the owner, so she'd often stop in for a chat and that kind of thing. And being a curtain/fabric shop, there wasn't a lot to do for a little boy of my age, so I'd often just wander around out the back and that kind of thing. And out the back, it was quite dark, and I remember that there's this, so you walk out the back and immediately on your right there's this pair of red satin curtains, and behind the curtains was this pedestal. I can't remember what the pedestal looks like or anything, but on the pedestal there's this brass lamp kind of thing. My memory tells me that it was a lamp as in Aladdin's genie's lamp, that kind of curve shape. I don't actually know if it was that, or it might have just been a brass pot or something, brass urn. And when you go out the back, it was like you're entering another world. It was just dead silent. There was just dust mites floating in the air. And anyway, you go up to this urn, and I can't remember if there was a bell on it or a rope or something touching it, but there was just very faint ringing, like a tuning fork. And being out the back of that store always gave me the weirdest chills up my spine, and made me really want to leave. It made me really uncomfortable. It was so overwhelming. So I think that's my first memory of ASMR. For as long as I can remember, I've always been able to sort of force the tingles up my spine. I sort of stretch my back in the specific position, and I get the shivers. But my first memory of experiencing ASMR from a video, it's hard to say. I was probably watching Ephemeral Rift or Olivia Kisper or something like that, and got it from that. But yeah, those are my earliest memories of ASMR. And as for my favourite triggers, I really like rain, and rain on roofs, and driving in the rain. Tapping's not too bad if they go slow enough, but a lot of people go it's too fast. They saw someone doing it in a video once and didn't really pay attention to how slow they were going and that kind of thing. So yeah, tapping if it's done right. I like unintentional stuff, because where I work I get the chance to watch people browsing items to shop, and them watching them browse items and just be in their own little world. That often triggers my ASMR. And watching people draw or work on things when they don't realise that someone's watching them. I sound really creepy, but I think the more natural stuff works better. And I don't mind whispering, but some people whisper, and when they whisper it's kind of high-pitched whisper, so that's kind of hard to sleep to. So oftentimes when I'm sleeping, I'll put on a soft-spoken video instead, since you get a lot more bass when you're soft-speaking. But thank you for your question. Vita ASMR asks, what motivated you to start recording ASMR videos? Congratulations for the excellent work. Thank you, Vita. I very much appreciate that. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm terrible with names. And Italian, which I think you are. What motivated me to start recording ASMR videos? So, I am a little bit of a muso. I play guitar and I sing, and I can play keyboard and bass and things like that. Not necessarily super well, but I can play them. So I had a band with my friends, as you do in high school, and I had all this recording equipment. So I had this microphone, and I've got another little pencil microphone off to the side here, and I have 2 more microphones that are identical to these ones. And I'd bought stands and an interface, which is an M Audio Fast Track Ultra, if you're interested, which I don't think they sell anymore. Anyway, I had all that stuff set up in my room because I wanted to record covers, playing my favourite songs with my friends and stuff like that, because we had enough talent to cover songs and stuff. But as it turns out, we didn't really have the motivation all the time to get together and practice and all that kind of thing. So I had all this stuff lying around. And I remember I'd watched a video years ago on YouTube about someone talking quietly and, doing quiet things. And I couldn't quite remember the term ASMR. But I knew that I liked the video. Anyway, I sort of forgot about the video, and then early last year, I think it was, whenever I first started, I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, that term ASMR, that's some good stuff. And I got really back into watching a bunch of different creators. And I had a camera for doing video and stuff, but it wasn't a very good one. It was pretty blurry. It was some Panasonic Handycam thing. It was just awful. And then so I'd seen people doing these ASMR videos, and I was like, well, if I'm not going to do music videos, and being a Let's Player is much too hard these days because it's so abundant with content, I was like, I would love to do something on YouTube. I have a quiet enough voice. Let's do ASMR. So I picked out a nice camera that Ephemeral Rift had said he used. I knew nothing about cameras before this, but I knew I wanted something just really crisp. And he had really crisp, clear video. I was like, I want that. I'm tired of having this blurry Handycam footage. So I saved up for the camera, bought the camera, and I had the camera like 2 months before I filmed the first video, just because I was pretty nervous, as you could imagine. It's very hard starting up a channel and putting yourself out there. And for the first few months, I didn't really have many subscribers. I think I had 20 or so for the first couple months. And then I put out the Pokemon Nuzlocke video, and instantly people started commenting and getting more views and subscribing. And yeah, that's basically how I got started. And yeah, the motivation was just having the equipment, wanting to do something on YouTube, and having the know-how, I guess. But thank you for your question and your support. I love your videos, by the way. Keep it up. Next question comes from Evan Powell, which is really weird because one of my best friends in high school, his middle name was Evan and his last name was Powell, so that's super weird. Maybe it's even the same person. Evan asks, did you know from the beginning that you wanted to do ASMR, or did you have other earlier plans for YouTube? Next milestone, 10,000. I know you can make it there in no time. According to Social Blade, I'm due to hit 8,000 subscribers in 5 years, so 10,000 is going to be a little bit longer than that apparently. Let's hope it's not that long. But as I just explained for Vita, no, I didn't intend on doing ASMR from the start. I was getting this stuff to do music videos, which I still can and still probably will. It's just a matter of finding the song that I think is good enough to put online and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you for your question. Next is a question from Nick Doritos. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but that's how it reads. What is your favourite generation of Pokemon? Also, what are some of your favourite Pokemon? My favourite generation... I didn't play Generation 5, so not that. 6 was pretty easy. I wasn't a huge fan of Hoenn, so not 3 probably. I think as a kid I put the most time into Gold out of any of the original few generations. But I've played Leaf Green the most, which I guess is technically Gen 3, but it's Kanto, so I'd probably say Generation 1, which I know makes me seem hipster or, a Gen 1er. But, it's that whole nostalgia thing and it's a lot simpler. I'd much rather play Leaf Green or Fire Red than the original games, but not the Hoenn games, so I don't want to say Gen 3, it's weird. My favourite Pokemon, Sableye, obviously, number 1. Umbreon, close number 2, I think. I like Conkeldurr, or Conkeldurr, or however you pronounce it, I'm not sure. I've not used it very often though. Favourite Pokemon? I kinda like Darmanitan as well. Just a big, fireball, what the hell is that? But I enjoy it. Wheezing, I sort of like Wheezing. Wheezing's really cool. And I kinda like Archeops as well, but I don't use it very much. I know it's hard to think out of 700 plus Pokemon off the top of my head. But yeah, those are some of my favourites. Thank you for asking. The next question comes from Static UK. What's your favourite Pokemon? I couldn't think of a good question. That's fine, I think that's a perfectly valid question. As I said, favourite Pokemon, Sableye. Definitely. It's such a pain in the butt with Prankster Will-O-Wisp and Foul Play, Recover, and Taunt. I don't know, I really like it. Actually, another Pokemon that I do like, especially for its competitive viability, in air quotes, is Pachirisu. In the VGC World Championships, I don't know what year it was, 1 or 2 years ago now, someone used the Pachirisu, and with Follow Me and Nuzzle and 2 other moves that I can't remember at the moment, and it was tanking Jaco Meteors and stuff. It was so weird. So I've got one of those, but I don't play doubles much, so I didn't get to use it very much. But yeah, bulky Pachirisu is such a weird Pokemon, but I love it. But thank you for your question. Next is a question from Finding Monsters, and they ask, are you going to read more Game of Thrones someday? Yes I am. I have been behind the 8 ball this month because I just started university again, and it's draining me, but I'm nearly finished and I'm nearly on break, and actually I intend to record a Game of Thrones reading video probably this weekend. So yeah, I'm going to keep reading it. It's just I haven't got around to it for a while. Sorry about that, but thank you for staying tuned, and thank you for your question. Jack Daxter asks, don't know what to ask you, so, well, what is your favourite game? My all-time favourite game is Spelunky. I've done a video on that way back, last year, and I intend to do more, but it didn't get a lot of views, so I'm sort of hesitant. But I own it on 3 different consoles. I've got it on the Xbox One as a Xbox 360 game. It was free a couple of weeks ago. I bought it on Steam, and I originally bought it on PS3. And yeah, that's my favourite game ever. The mechanics are so just fluid and perfect, and the risk versus reward is top notch as well, and yeah, definitely favourite game. In terms of game that I've put the most hours into though, it would be like Battlefield 4. I've been playing that game pretty much since it came out, and I still play it to this day with my friend. And I've put a lot of hours into Counter-Strike Global Offensive on PC as well. I have around 1,000 hours, I think it would be. Probably a bit under that, maybe 800 to 1,000. And I'm MG2, which isn't super anything to brag about, but it's a fun game, and I enjoy playing with my friends and helping them. Thank you for your question. The Sky Is Mine 37 says, congratulations on the upcoming 1K, that seems so fast. While it's sure a boring question, for some reason I find Australia really interesting. I haven't made a trip over there yet, but what's your favourite part about living there? Any recommendations on what to go do or see on a trip? Congrats again. I'm glad 1K seemed fast to you. It seemed like a lifetime to me. I feel like I've been checking the subscriber count every day since I started, waiting to hit a decent milestone, you know. But you're actually here from very early on, I remember, so thank you for sticking with me and supporting me this whole way. Very much appreciated. As for favourite part about living in Australia, it gets really hot in summer. This isn't what I like about it, but it gets really hot in summer, where most days are 40 plus degrees, and I hate the heat, so I don't like that. It gets really cold here in winter, where it's been like under 10 degrees most of winter, and I don't like that. There's bugs everywhere, and I don't like that. Everything's dead when it's not spring, which kind of sucks. What's my favourite part about living here? It's a hard question to answer because games are more expensive. Food's not as unhealthy, which means it's not as fun to eat. For example, we don't have, what's it called? Deep fried cheese on a stick. I don't know what it's called, but I know they have it in America. I've been there and had it. It's quite nice, but we don't have it here. Look, favourite part about living here, I guess, I live in a country town, and I don't like loud noises of the city or constant traffic. So living in a country town, but this isn't really Australian specific, it could be anywhere. You can sort of walk anywhere and not get mugged usually. And I know it's quiet, that kind of thing. Actually, I love that how casually you can swear at people, and they don't really care about it, because they'll just swear back at you. Like, I may not seem like it, but I'm not hesitant in dropping an F-bomb or a C-bomb every now and then. Don't tell anyone though. Like, I don't just abuse people in the street, you know, you're joking around with your mates and stuff. That could be my favourite thing about living in Australia, chucking a shrimp on the barbie. Any recommendations on what to go do or see on a trip? I haven't been there myself, but I've heard the Great Barrier Reef in Queensland is beautiful, and you should absolutely go there now before it gets destroyed, because apparently our government's doing stuff to muck around with that. So, yeah, go see that. The beaches are really good. I think the beaches are some of the best in the world, so yeah, go to the beach. Also, if someone offers you a jar that looks like chocolate, don't take a big scoop of it, because it's probably Vegemite, which is really salty. Thank you for your questions though. Sorry for kind of rambling and making jokes non-stop, but that's who I am. And I can't think of anything that I love about living in Australia at the moment, when it's freezing here. Kevin Cruz asks, are you ever going to make another Nuzlocke series? That was amazing. Yes, I intend to do another Nuzlocke series. I was going to do one before the year ends, but I'm a little bit busy. And now, Pokemon Sun and Moon are coming out in November, and I don't want to rush one in before Sun and Moon come out because I want to play Sun and Moon on the channel. So, yeah, I was thinking I could just do a Sun and Moon playthrough and then do a Nuzlocke when I'm finished that. Or I could do a Nuzlocke in Sun and Moon, but that might not be very interesting, and it might not be very fun for me when I'm not familiar with the game at all. Also, I can't randomize the game. I could do a Wonderlock, but in the early stages that would just be getting me Pidgeys and the equivalent. So, yeah, I might just do Sun and Moon, and after we do Sun and Moon I can do another Nuzlocke then. I don't really want to do 2 Pokemon series at the same time, because that'll get very draining. But thank you for your question. I am absolutely going to do another Nuzlocke because I know how much people like it, and it's pretty fun to do, so yeah. Mr. Robot asks, how old are you? Do you go to school? What do you study? And do you work? Thank you for your question, Mr. Robot. I recognise you as well. You've been around for a long time asking questions and commenting on my videos, and I appreciate the constant support, so thank you. How old am I? I am 21. But I feel a billion years old right now because I'm quite tired. Do I go to school? Yes, I'm in my I have another month of university, another 6 months of university left after this year. So I'm in like my final year, I guess, of university. I study information technology. I'm doing a digital media degree, which is helpful for this channel because I can do layouts and work on websites and apps and games and all that fun stuff, video editing. And it all sort of helps out. But yeah, that's what I'm studying. I started off in psychology, but swapped over after the first semester because it wasn't fun and there's not a whole lot of demand for psychologists in Australia. Do I work? Yes, I work at a department store that I will not name for obvious reasons. And yeah, that's what lets me get all the free Pokemon cards and stuff all the time. Because people try and steal the packets and I end up with them because we can't sell them. But thank you for your questions. Paul Venus asks, what are your hobbies? I obviously like playing video games. I like listening to music, hanging out with my friends. I do game design. I like tinker with little game projects. With a program called 001 Game Creator, where I help out the developer. I'm sort of one of the like volunteer staff members kind of thing. Yeah, I like game design and making games and playing games and all that kind of thing. I haven't released anything for a few years, and what I have released is very old and anyone could whip up in their bedroom. But I've been working on some long-term series kind of things. Also, I play guitar. 1 second, I'll grab it for you. So this is my guitar. Sorry, it's a bit blurry. The autofocus isn't on because it spazzes out. But yeah, I got this for my birthday, and I love it. But yeah, I play guitar and sing, and I would sing, but it's quite late here. It's apparently 4. No, sorry. And I would sing, but it's quite late here, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, just the regular stuff really. Editing videos, playing games, playing music, seeing my friends. I read a bit as well, I guess you could say. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't like weightlift or anything or go outside much, because outside. But yeah, thank you for your question. 6AJ, or 6AJ, but I'm pretty sure it's 6AJ, asks, what makes you like ASMR, and what kind of ASMR do you like the most? For example, tapping. What makes me like ASMR? I've always been more of a low-key, kind of quiet, stick in your own lane kind of person. So ASMR videos appeal to me in that someone will be blogging. I don't care if someone's blogging, as long as they're doing it quietly and stuff. So ASMR videos are perfect for that, because people do ASMR vlogs, and while I may not care so much about the day that you had, like what you had for breakfast and stuff, the fact that you're not like doing hard cuts every 10 seconds and yelling into the camera and acting up, being more natural, sort of appeals to me. So I like that kind of thing. Same with like Let's Play for ASMR videos. People are talking quietly, giving their thoughts, not putting on a show for people, and it's just a really relaxing way to get ready for bed and that kind of thing. For example, when I was growing up, I always had a tape playing, and it was usually like stories or usually stories. And now instead I listen to ASMR videos, and it's people playing games or talking about whatever, and it's the same thing. It gets me to sleep. Like I can go to sleep with no sound playing, but I don't know, sometimes it gets too quiet, and that's when you start thinking about things and you keep yourself up. So yeah, that's why I like ASMR. What kind of ASMR do I like the most? As I said, rain is probably my favourite. But thank you for your questions. Son's Bookish Games asks, fave childhood game. Thanks for your question. It's nice to see you sticking around still, and keep up the good work with your videos as well. My fave childhood game, I had a Nintendo 64 when I was growing up, so probably Super Mario 64. Put a lot of time into that. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time was really hard back then, but I played that a lot, even though I didn't really know what I was doing. And I played my cousin's copy of Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64 a lot. So, yeah, like Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64, GoldenEye 007, they're all pretty much my childhood games, I think. And favourite out of them would be Super Mario 64. Hard to beat a classic. Thank you for your question. Fleecy Sheep asks, do you like fairy type Pokemon? If so, which is your favourite? Yep, I'm a big fan of fairy types, haha. Yeah, I like fairy type Pokemon, they're pretty cool. I thought it was strange how they had to go back and retype a lot of Pokemon, like Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff and Azumarill. Sort of like retconned the original games, I guess. I know it's very strange, but I suppose they did that with Mega Evolution as well. My favourite, probably Slurpuff, because it's ridiculous how many people can sweep with that thing with what's that move? Belly drum and play rough. And it's a big like cream puff cake thing, and it's so cute. But yeah, Slurpuff, favourite fairy type, I think. Thank you for your question. Hope my answer was acceptable to you. Our next question comes from Sino Green, who says, what is your first name? It feels weird to call you Evergreen, and I wish I could Wi-Fi battle you, but I really don't want to go through the whole of Alpha Sapphire and breeding a whole team. So would you do showdown battles against people? It's easy to make teams, and I have loads of teams in different tiers. Yes, I'd be willing to do showdown battles, that's absolutely no problem. just send me a message sometime, we can set something up. And as for my first name, my name is Brayden. And I don't know how comfortable I'm going to be with people calling me that, but we'll see how it goes. But thank you for your question, and I appreciate the constant support I've received from you in the last few months. Our next question comes from Lucario Lover 420, who says, "Good job, man. Number 1, can I ask you a question? Number 2, can we battle?" Yes, you can ask me a question, and yes, we can battle. Just send me a message and I'll get back to you with the details. Christian asks, "Awesome, 1000 subs. I remember when you had just under 100. What are your favourite Wii U games and why?" I don't have a whole lot of Wii U games because there was only a few that I wanted, and I was expecting more games to come out on the Wii U actually, but now apparently its life cycle is over and we're getting the NXT, I think it's called, which is pretty disappointing because hey, I bought a Wii U, can I have some games for it please? But my favourite Wii U games are, I'll show you. Zombie U, because it's a really cool zombie game. Like, I know I got bad reviews when it got ported to PC and Xbox, but it was hard starting off, I'll give it that. But I don't know, it was interesting. It wasn't just running guns blazing, but it was like, go up behind this one zombie and quietly smack it over the back of the head with a cricket bat. Don't try and run in there and kill 3 zombies at once because they'll probably overwhelm you. And the looting was pretty good too. See, what games do these days is they get all about like maintaining your community and keeping people happy and constantly fortifying your bases, and I don't have time or the attention span to deal with that kind of thing. But Zombie U is just look after yourself. That's pretty much all you have to worry about. Go and do these quests. That is helping a community, in air quotes, but you're really just concentrating on yourself. So yeah, that's why I like Zombie U, and I haven't played it in a while, but I intend to go back to it once I get a bit of free time. I also like Yoshi's Woolly World. Definitely a really cute game. The collectibles are fun. I normally don't care about collectibles or like skins or anything, but I find myself striving to get every wool in every level to get all the different Yoshi skins. They're really creative. I think I've shown you them before on the back. But yeah, I do enjoy that one, and that one's got really good cooperative play in it where if you don't have any eggs you can like spit out your partner, I guess, and it's funny. And my third favourite is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is just the cutest game. It's so stupid. You have these micro levels and you play as Toad, and instead of like trying to save the princess and all this stuff, you just get treasure. You just fill in your pockets with loot, and it's really fun. And I want to play this. I want to play this on the channel, and I think it'd be good for it because it's not high violence levels or anything. They're just little puzzles, and I think it'd be good. I just haven't got around to it yet. Let me know if you guys would watch the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, because it's actually a really cute game, and I think it'd be good for something new that not a lot of channels have done, I hope. You know how sometimes a lot of channels do the same games, and it's like, I've seen this and stuff. Like I had that with Limbo. Someone asked me to play Limbo, and I didn't intend on playing it to start off with because every channel does Limbo. But I did it, and it was fun, but it did not get a lot of views, which is fine, I guess. Like, people still enjoyed it, but it's hard to balance between, doing a video that you enjoy and a lot of people will watch, and doing a video that you enjoy but not many people will watch when you've only got a limited amount of time. But yeah, just drop me a comment, see if you'd be interested in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, because I have a few series in mind, but that one I've been eyeing off for a long time, you know. But thank you for your question. Those are my favourite Wii U games. Dylan B0509 asks, what made you want to start an ASMR channel? So Dylan has been one of my supporters from pretty much the very start, and he always leaves a very lovely comment on my videos, so a big thank you to Dylan. I very much appreciate your support, man. I think I sort of talked about this before, why I wanted to start an ASMR channel. I love working with media, and I wanted to do something creative online, but Let's Players and musicians were a dime a dozen, and ASMR was something that I could do, and I could do well, and I had the gear for it, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's actually really good because people have been saying that like the videos help them to sleep and gives them something to listen to, and that's something I think that is unique to the ASMR community, because you don't see Let's Play videos having comments like, oh, this really helped me sleep, this really de-stressed me after a long day, thanks man, I appreciate it. And I feel like there's just a bit more of that connectivity between viewer and artist. Thank you for your question. Speedjoink1 asks, are you going to do a Let's Play of Pokemon Sun and Moon when it comes out? Yes, I'll probably play Pokemon Moon. I always like the blue games for some reason that I'm only just realising now. Yeah, that's weird. That's so weird, I just realised. So I had blue and yellow, and I had gold and crystal, and then I originally had sapphire, before I realised it was like a rip-off copy. I got like a pirated copy or some crap. So the battery died, and then I got given Ruby by my friend who didn't want it anymore. Then I had Emerald. I had Diamond, which was blue. I didn't play Black or White or Platinum. I had X, which was blue. I picked Alpha Sapphire, which is blue. That's so weird. I'm just realising I'm just picking the blue ones, and I'm pretty much set on getting Moon as well. I don't know what that is, but yeah. But yes, I'll do a Let's Play of it. I think people like that, and I'll be able to use my 3DS with the screen capture to record it, and people should like that. I don't know how often the videos will come out, because I don't really like doing the same series back to back to back. But I don't know, I suppose that would get the most views and that kind of thing, wouldn't it? The most interaction when it's first out. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, see how much time I have and that kind of thing. Maybe I just have to upload 2 or 3 videos a week as opposed to the one that I've been doing. Rodney Gio Perez, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asks, do you watch anime? If so, which ones got you hooked? I'm not an avid viewer of anime. I don't watch it a whole lot. I've watched Pokemon, the original series, and I have the first 2 seasons on DVD that people gave me, which was pretty cool. Dragon Ball Z I've watched most of. I've watched from the start till the pretty much start of the Majin Buu saga, and I haven't gone back to watch it for a while because it's a slog, it's a real slog watching all the Dragon Ball Z episodes. Sword Art Online I really liked. I watched the first season of that, and I have the second season, I haven't started watching it yet. I sort of want to go back through the first season and watch that again, so I can get back into it. I've watched most of the first season of Death Note, but I kind of got a bit bored halfway through, so meh. I've started Attack on Titan. I've started Attack on Titan. Haven't got very far into it yet, but it seems interesting. Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you count that as anime. I've watched that entire series and that was really good. I enjoyed that. And Legend of Korra was also pretty good. Other animes that I've watched. Yu-Gi-Oh! I've watched a couple of hundred episodes of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's funny, but it's always like, convenient that he pulled that card out at the right time. It's stupid. And I think that might be it in the way of anime. Yeah, so nothing like in-depth or anything, probably just the mainstream ones and that kind of thing that most people have heard of. But I enjoy them, they're pretty good. Which one's got me hooked? Yeah, Sword Art Online really got me. The first time I watched it, I was like, laser beam focused onto it. The problem is just Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! They go forever, and half the episodes nothing happens. They're just like powering up the whole episode, and it's ridiculous. Thank you for your question, though. Callum Life Master McAllister asks, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? I'm not sure what the right answer is, but no, I can't at the moment. I'm a bit blocked up and a bit sniffly. But thank you for your question. Plastic Wrap Rocks asks, what are your favourite TV shows? What games do you plan on playing next on the channel? Plastic Wrap Rocks was one of my first, very early subscribers, always commenting on the Pokemon Nuzlocke and Limbo and stuff. And I absolutely appreciate your support very much, so thank you for being there for me. As for my favourite TV shows, my favourite comedy show is The Office, US version. I've seen that whole thing like over 10 times easily, like start to finish, because it's just, since I know it so well and it's all pretty much just conversations, I put it on in the background when I'm like playing games and stuff and don't really want the silence of the games to be, around me. So I put it on when I'm working and stuff, and yeah, The Office. Closely followed by Parks and Rec, also pretty good. Breaking Bad is definitely my favourite non-comedy show. I've seen that from start to finish like 5.5 times. I'm halfway through it at the moment. And I swear by Breaking Bad, it's so good, so good. I also really like Suits, which is a show about lawyers and fake lawyers and stuff. Supernatural I've watched from the start, but the later seasons are not great. And if you haven't seen Supernatural, I recommend you watch seasons 1 to 6, I believe it is. And the minute that, this is going to be spoilers, the minute that Sam falls into the pit, which won't make sense now, but it will later, let that whole scene wrap up where the pit closes over, and then turn it off and stop watching, because that will be the end of a really great show, as opposed to continuing watching and slowly being disappointed for the next 6 years of your life. So those are my favourite shows. And what games do you plan on playing next on the channel? Okay, so I want to finish Papers, Please, and I'm also halfway through something else I'm playing at the moment. So I want to finish Papers, Please, and I'm still going on Professor Layton, but as I mentioned before, I'd like to play Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I sort of want to do more Spelunky now that I've been talking about it. Let me know what you guys think of more Spelunky, because I don't know how good it is for ASMR. I would also like to play Hitman. I've got Hitman Absolution, and I've been watching people play the newest Hitman for ASMR, and it really works. It's pretty good for ASMR, but I don't have the newest one, but I have Absolution, so I kind of want to play that, And there's also this game called Hitman Go, which is like a puzzle game that I got somewhere, and that's pretty fun too, and that won't take too long, so we could do some of that, but I don't know how popular that'll be. But yeah, Hitman Absolution, and do some more Long Dark. Actually, I have a list of games that I want to do. Let's have a look. So, Professor Layton, Papers, Please, Long Dark, new Steam-powered episode. I want to play a game that I found that's pretty cool, so I can finally uninstall it because I've finished it, and I want to do an episode before I uninstall it. There's a game called Machinarium, which is a point-and-click adventure with robots. I'd kind of like to do that. Animal Crossing. I want to do some Animal Crossing on the 3DS. Yoshi's Woolly World, I'd also kind of like to play. Captain Toad, Don't Starve. I really like Don't Starve, but I haven't played a whole lot of it. But I don't want to start a lot of series at one time, because then I'll be constantly rotating through and no one will ever get to see what games they like, you know. And there's a few more Grand Theft Auto 5 roleplays that I want to do, which I haven't done for like a year. But it's hard to set up the roleplays and get the game to cooperate. And there's also a game called Hotel Dusk on the DS that I think I might do after Professor Layton, so we can have like a DS series going and a PC series or two, that kind of thing. Because Hotel Dusk is a really good detective noir game. So yeah, those are the games that I plan on playing next. It'll honestly be, when I finish Papers, Please, it'll honestly be whatever I feel like playing in that moment is probably the one I'll start next. Thank you for your question. Fart Nibble, great username, asks, what do you do when you're not making videos? Play guitar. I'll play that for like 10 to 20 minutes while I'm downloading something or watching something. I read a few different subreddits a lot, like Game Dev and Counter-Strike, Global Offensive subreddits, and the ASMR subreddit, of course. I watch YouTube, play games, cook, and go out to eat with my housemates. And I think that's about it. Play video games. Just the usual stuff, you know, regular person. But thank you for your question. Elefandre1871 asks, do you watch other ASMR artists? If so, who? Here's a list I prepared earlier. I do listen to other ASMR artists, and I have for a long time, and a long time before I started. And being in the community has let me find new artists that I now watch as well. And a lot of them are following me or subscribed to me, and that's how I found them. So in alphabetical order, we have ASMR for Nerds, who does comic book readings. And he has a really nice voice. I think his name's Jay, and he's really cool. ASMR Vids. I found him because he was doing a lot of Japanese make your own candy videos and that kind of thing. But he also does a lot of toys and things like that. And he has a nice voice. Donna ASMR. I found her from, I think, Pokemon and Zelda videos. She does a lot of sound assortment videos and that kind of thing. She's very popular. Most people know who she is. She's actually subscribed to me, and that blew my tiny little mind when she subscribed to me, because I think I had like 200 subscribers. And yeah, she seems very nice, and she's a big inspiration to me. She also has a beautiful German accent, and accents trigger me a lot, so that's good. Ephemeral Rift. I don't particularly like a lot of things that he does. Some of them are too loud, some of them are too weird. But I like his more natural ones, like the drinking beer and the Candyman, which is a bit of a roleplay, but he just eats candy. And the first video I found by him was he was doing a video of a review of Where the Wild Things Are board game, and he read the book, and that's a really nice video. Yeah, he does a lot of more creative stuff, and it's not really up my alley, but other people like it, and I can see why he puts a lot of effort into it, and I appreciate that. Megan Whispers. She did this really nice cat video where she was patting her cat, and it was purring, and it was super relaxing and put me to sleep really easily. And she's really nice, so. Minty Whispers does a few whisper videos that I enjoyed, and she's getting new equipment soon, I think, so I can't wait to see some more from her. Paprika Blue ASMR does the Long Dark videos, and I love that game, so subscribe to her. Pixel Dust ASMR, I can't, he subscribed to me, I think, or left a comment on one of my videos. Yeah, he left a comment on one of my videos. And he was talking about Magic the Gathering. He does Magic the Gathering card videos, and that's one of my favourite videos actually, is people's Magic the Gathering decks. It's hard to say. But my favourite videos that he does are his CD collection and his game collection. He has one of the best voices, and he seems like a super nice dude. So yeah, we've been talking a little bit. Yeah, keep up the good work, man. Pokey ASMR. He is I want to say Scottish. It sounds Scottish. I'm sorry if you're not Scottish. ASMR artist who does mostly Pokemon videos. So he does cards, and he's doing a leaf green Nuzlocke at the moment. So if you liked my Fire Red Nuzlocke, hop over to Pokey ASMR's channel and check out his leaf green one. He hasn't done anything for a little bit, but what he does have is pretty good. Relaxing ASMR and Relaxing ASMR Toys. That dude is like one of the original ASMR artists that I'd subscribed to, and he does like toys and a lot of calligraphy and pen writing and stuff, and that's really good for sleeping. So Taylor Darling ASMR, I haven't been subscribed to her for very long, but I liked her Rey roleplay from Star Wars, and she did something else, a haircut or a scalp massage or something. She seems nice and she works hard, so it's good seeing what she does. The ASMR Cat, I found her game and comic collections after uploading mine, and she had a good voice and a good collection and good opinions on some of the stories. I don't like DC Comics, but I like hearing people talk about DC Comics and Batman and stuff, which she did, so yeah, good videos. The ASMR Gamer, of course, a lot of people know him. I remember being subscribed to him when he just hit 5,000 or something, and now he's on like 25,000. It's ridiculous. I can only dream of getting that far, you know. But he has a good accent. He puts out a lot of different videos, so it's not all the same stuff. I especially like his Hitman series at the moment. I'm pretty caught up on that. It's in my sleep ASMR playlist. The ASMR Nerd, also one of the original ASMR artists that I subscribe to. He does games and Pokemon cards and Thief. He's playing Thief at the moment, and I never played that game, but I super want to play it now because of him. And yeah, he's a really nice guy. The Whisper Games, she's a small Swedish channel, I believe, or Norwegian. It's one of those ones. I'm really sorry, I can't think of it off the top of my head. She did an accent tag video that got a lot of views, and she had a really lovely accent, but she also plays games and stuff and has cats, which I love. And so yeah, she does some good videos. Tiffany's ASMR Corner, she does a lot of bloggy stuff, and I think the original, when I subscribed to her, she had 4 videos. She had like a stationery collection and a makeup collection, and I'm not really into makeup, but the video was really good, like good sounds, good tapping, good whispering, and yeah, I'm actually interested in her vlogs, like what she does day to day. She tells good stories. Vito ASMR. Vito asked a question earlier. He has a fantastic haircut roleplay, and you should absolutely go check it out. And he seems like a nice dude, and he's commented on my stuff a few times, and I appreciate that, man. And finally, Whispers in the Air. She is an Italian ASMR artist who plays Pokemon and has a couple of nice like just talking ramble videos, I think. And she does one where it's raining and storming outside and she's painting her nails, and that one's pretty good. So I recommend that one. And yeah, those are the other ASMR artists that I watch and why. And I recommend every one of them to you. Next question comes from Hudson Games 99. If you had to make a team of 6 Pokemon in real life, who would you choose and why? Sableye, number 1. I would like something that can fly, but I'm not a super flashy dude, so something like Pidgeot, or if it can fly, Flygon. Flygon's super cool. A water Pokemon would be good. Like, not Lapras. Frogs kind of creep me out, so probably not Greninja. Gyarados is terrifying. Maybe Gyarados, because I'm sure it would like me and stuff. So Sableye, Flygon, Gyarados, Rapidash. I need a fire type, and a pony would be pretty cool. Rapidash. Alakazam, because it's really smart. It could help me with my homework, I guess. And, telekinesis. That's pretty cool power. So, Sableye, Flygon, Rapidash, Gyarados, Alakazam. Actually, you know what? I'll swap out Rapidash for Arcanine. And add in... I like Arcanine. And add in... I don't want any legendaries. No offense to legendaries, but... I always liked Luxray, so maybe Luxray. So, there you go. Thank you for your question. I hope my stumbling answer was satisfactory. Dunhill WB asks, what's your favourite episode of your favourite TV show? Have you ever been to a midnight launch of a product or a midnight premiere of a movie? My favourite episode of my favourite TV show? That's really hard to pick out. Anything from like season 4, 5 or 6 of The Office US is pretty good. The first earlier ones are pretty like, yeah, let's get on with it. And the later ones are kind of like, it's not as good, but it's still really good. I can't really single it out to a single episode though, sorry. Have you ever been to a midnight launch? I think I went to see one of the Avengers movies at midnight, but I haven't been to any midnight launches of games or anything else that I can remember. I think just one of the Avengers movies. Thank you for your questions. Benny S asks, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? And Andrew Gray asks, living in Australia, you must have encountered an animal trying to kill you at least once. What's the craziest and most life-threatening situation you've been in with an animal? Surprisingly, because I don't go outside, I haven't encountered a lot of wild animals. Like, I don't think I remember ever seeing a snake or anything like that. So, this is going to be super weak, but the most craziest situation is I was playing DS in bed one time. Just the light of the screen on me. I feel like something moved on the top of my head. I'm like, oh, it's just my hair settling, whatever. Keep playing Animal Crossing, just trying to relax myself before bed. Then I feel a tickle down the back of my neck. And I'm like, okay, whatever was just in my head is now in my shirt. So I fling my DS across the room, rip my shirt off, I'm sitting in bed. This orb spider crawls out of my shirt and like on my bed. And if you don't know what an orb spider looks like, it's basically a little sort of see-through looking spider with like a little orange body, and it's the creepiest thing you'll ever see, especially crawling out of your shirt and down your back in the middle of the night while you're trying to play Animal Crossing and chill out. So yeah, not too crazy, but... And 2, out of all the places you've visited in your life, which is your favourite and why? Like a certain amusement park, museum, historical landmark, etc. Also, congrats on hitting 1,000. Feels like just yesterday I congratulated you on hitting 500. Yes, you've been around for a while, and I appreciate your constant support. It means a lot to me. Best place I've ever visited? I've gone to America a lot with my family, and I'm getting super nostalgia feels for Disneyland in Los Angeles at the moment. I hate the amount of people there, but oh my god, it's one of the best places I've ever visited. And the Grand Canyon's not bad either. I did not like Las Vegas though, that was too scummy for my taste. No offense if you're from Las Vegas, but yeah, there's a lot of nudity and bad vibes I get from Vegas. But yeah, Disneyland, good place. Next we have Dark Indie Studio on Twitter, so at Dark Indie Studio. Ben asks, who are the YouTubers / ASMR artists that inspire you the most? ASMR artists inspire me the most, the ASMR nerd and the ASMR gamer, because the ASMR gamer is 18, I believe. He's younger than me, and he has 25 odd times the amount of subscribers I have, and he's doing uni. Yeah, he just beats me all around, so super inspired by that guy. And the ASMR nerd is like the nicest, most chilled dude, and he has a ton of subscribers as well, and he works hard. So yeah, that's inspiring. Good. Thank you for your question. That was on Twitter, that one. And Joe One Up asks, if it's not too late for a question, I'd love to know about your recording gear and editing process. So first of all, thank you for your constant support. I know how long you've been with me, and I super appreciate it. I record with a Panasonic Lumix GH4 because it can do 4K and all that kind of thing, and I actually downscale the 4K video to 1080p because Australian internet sucks, and to upload a 4K video would take me literally probably 3 days. And but 4K downscale to 1080 looks pretty good. So what I do is record the video on this camera, which I've got a tripod over there, but I also have a monopod which sits behind my desk at the moment, which is a bit of a room saver, but it's not stable. So like if I do the roleplay I'm going to use the tripod. Then I at the same time record with this microphone and sometimes this pencil microphone here, depending on what I'm doing, and that goes into my interface, which goes into my computer. So I record the sound with Adobe Audition, and then I also have a Zoom H6 which I just got, and I'm still working out the kinks. Got that for my birthday with the guitar, and that was what I used for the driving video, and it's going to be really good for the haircut video as well, because it means I don't have to take all my microphones into the bathroom and ridiculous stuff like that. Yeah, so then I import the audio into Audition. I run a couple of noise removal filters, just a light removal, because otherwise it warps too much. I remove the hum from my computer. I boost the volume all the way up. Then I get the SD card out of my camera, put that into my computer, set up the intro and the outro sequence in Adobe Premiere, import all the footage in a line, change the resolution of all the footage, all the clips, which are broken into like 4 gig segments, so this video is going to be very long. Change the resolution to a 1080p format. Then I do a sync at the start. I do a click sync. Then I sync the audio from the microphone with the audio from the camera. And once that's synced, I cut out all the audio from the camera, bump up the audio from the mics onto the next track, and then go through the video, watch the entire thing, cut out any mistakes or noises or first bad takes that I do, and leave all the good stuff in. Then I render that on my computer when it's finished. It takes about an hour depending on how long the video is. This one's going to take a while, I think. But the GTX 980 Ti really helps to export that faster, because you can like queue to enable your card and it renders using the the graphics card rather than the processor. That's a lot faster. Then while that's rendering, I work on a thumbnail for it, which is usually just a still from the video in Photoshop. Then I either upload that night or the next night, depending on how much time I have. For example, it's late tonight, so I won't be editing this video. I'll probably do it tomorrow, and then upload tomorrow night when I go to bed. And Australian internet, as I said, is terrible, so I have to upload overnight, and sometimes it takes 7 or 8 hours for a 30 to 40 minute video to upload. I can only imagine how long this video is going to take to upload. So yeah, this will be on for a while. If all else fails, I'll take it to uni, because uni has a really fast upload speed for whatever reason. It's so unfair. And that is how a video gets from me to you guys. And of course, if I'm playing a video game, I record the screen instead of myself and do a click sync on the menu or something, where I highlight a button and go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and move the cursor in time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Video into the computer, audio into the computer, organize it, fix a layout if I'm doing something special, edit, upload. And with that, that is the last of our questions. I'd like to thank everyone who left a question on my channel video, and like, I was blown away by how many I had. I thought I might have 10 to 20. I think I ended up with 30 plus, like nearly 40 if you count multiples in one comment and stuff. And I know 1,000 subscribers isn't very much, but it's a lot to me, and I appreciate everyone with me who stuck around and everyone who comments on my videos. Yeah, I hope to keep going, and hopefully it doesn't take me 8 years to get to, or 5 years to get to 8,000 subscribers. That's a little disheartening, but we'll see how we go. There was just one other thing I wanted to talk about, I think, before I go, and that is a couple of people have asked about donations and Patreon and that kind of thing. I don't really have a lot that I could offer in Patreon, so I'm hesitant to set up a donation link or anything like that. But if people want to, I guess I could look into it. But yeah, I'm not really expecting anything, so for the most part, don't even worry about it. I just wanted to address that in this video because I felt like it kind of suited in a vloggy format. Anyway, thank you all very much for subscribing to this channel. I hope to continue bringing you quality content. Hopefully my face did not disappoint. I was born with it and grew it myself, so I did my best. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.